She said someone was watching her. 2 weeks later, she was found dead inside a locked travel trunk, 30 miles away, in the middle of nowhere. The trunk was standing upright like a coffin someone had forgotten to bury. The latch was still clicked shut. No fingerprints on the outside, no drag marks in the dirt. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes your skin crawl when you picture it. At 3 a.m. police arrested her ex-boyfriend. The very next day, they paraded him in front of the cameras, told the world they had their man. Case closed, justice served. But there was no DNA, not a single hair. No proof he had ever stepped foot inside her apartment. And at 2:09 a.m., after her phone went completely dark, someone else connected to her Wi-Fi for exactly 47 seconds. That's the moment the timeline shattered. I'm Rafe Quinn, and this is the Midnight Ledger. Let's go back. Hannah Calder was 27, freelance graphic designer, lived alone in a converted warehouse loft in Riverton, Maryland. The building called itself Secure Luxury Living. Keycard entry 24. Our lobby cameras. Gated underground parking. The whole glossy brochure fantasy. But security is only as strong as the laziest tenant at 1 a.m. holding the door for a stranger with a pizza box and a smile. Hannah liked order. She woke at 6:45 every morning. French press coffee, 2 sugars, oat milk. She worked at the big oak desk by the east windows until 4 p.m. Then a 30-minute run along the river path. Same route, same playlist, same pace. Evenings were for client revisions and herbal tea that always left a perfect brown ring in the same ceramic mug. Her life was a spreadsheet with color-coded tabs. Predictable, safe, until it wasn't. The first night she noticed the sedan was a Tuesday. Dark color, maybe charcoal, maybe black, parked across the street under the broken streetlight. Engine off. No one inside, or at least, no one she could see. She told her sister on the phone, voice low, almost embarrassed. There's this car again, same spot. Her sister laughed it off at first. Probably some guy waiting for his girlfriend to sneak out. You know how Riverton is. But Hannah didn't laugh. There was a long pause on the line. The kind where you can hear someone swallowing fear. I don't think it's him, she whispered. She never said the ex-boyfriend's name. She didn't have to. The way her voice cracked on the last word made the hair on your arm stand up. She sounded small, unsettled, like she already knew something was coming for her but couldn't name it yet. She started double-checking the deadbolt. She bought a cheap door wedge from the hardware store and jammed it under the loft door every night. She even moved her desk so she could watch the street while she worked. The sedan kept coming. Always after midnight. Always the same position. Always gone by dawn. Then came the 14th of November. Hannah missed her 9 a.m. client call. First time in 2 years. Her phone went straight to voicemail by noon. By 6 p.m. her sister used the spare key and let herself in. Everything looked normal. Too normal. Laptop open on the desk. Screen still glowing with an unfinished logo mock-up. The tea in the mug had dried into a perfect ring. Her favorite gray coat hung neatly by the door. Keys in the bowl. Car still in its assigned parking spot downstairs. No forced entry, no overturned furniture, no blood, not even a single pillow out of place. It looked like she had simply stepped out for milk and forgotten to come back. But Hannah never forgot anything. The building footage was the first red flag. At 12:51 a.m. a man slipped in behind a tenant carrying groceries. No key card swipe. The tenant held the door like it was the most natural thing in the world. The camera caught only a sliver of profile. Dark jacket, baseball cap pulled low, shoulders squared like he belonged there. He didn't look around, didn't hesitate. He walked straight down the hallway toward Hannah's unit, like he'd done it 100 times before. 3 days later, a maintenance crew clearing brush off Route 47 found the trunk, large shell, expensive brand, standing upright against a tree, like someone had carefully placed it there. Inside was Hannah, curled tight, knees to chest, one hand still clutching her house keys. The medical examiner said oxygen deprivation, no deep cuts, no broken bones, no signs she'd fought for hours. It looked controlled, professional, like someone had walked her out of her own life without breaking a single rule. Now the hunt for sequence began. At 1:41 a.m., toll cameras caught a familiar sedan entering Hannah's neighborhood. The car belonged to Miles Rook, 29, data analyst. Soft-spoken, clean-cut, the kind of guy who says sorry when you bump into him. He dated Hannah for 3 months the year before. She ended it gently. He didn't take it gently. Friends said he was intense, emotionally dependent, the kind who needed constant reassurance. After the breakup, he sent long messages about closure and emotional immaturity. Then, radio silence. 8 months of nothing, until phone records painted a different picture. In the 2 weeks before she vanished, Miles' phone had been within 3 blocks of her building, 4 separate nights, always after midnight, always powered down minutes later. When detectives asked why, he gave them the same calm answer. Every time, I drive at night to clear my head. 2 days before she disappeared, he bought heavy-duty cleaning supplies, bleach, industrial gloves, plastic sheeting, cash only. The day before, he rented a cargo van, returned it at 7:12 a.m. the next morning. Spotless, no damage reported. In his storage unit, they found a spiral notebook. Every single night, his phone had pinged near her building. Next to each date, the same single word, written in neat block letters, coincidence. It looked obsessive. It looked planned. It looked like the smoking gun. But here's where the story fractures. No DNA in the apartment. No fingerprints on anything that shouldn't have his prints. No blood, no fibers, nothing. And then came the anomaly that still keeps investigators awake. At 1:58 a.m., Hannah's phone stopped transmitting. Dead, gone. At 2:09 a.m., her apartment router logged a new device. It requested access. It transmitted a small packet of data. It disconnected after exactly 47 seconds. That device had never connected before. It never connected again. Signal strength analysis was crystal clear. The connection originated from inside the unit, not the hallway, not the street, inside. At 2:05 a.m., a traffic camera 2 blocks away caught a dark SUV idling at the side entrance. Lights off, engine running. At 2:11 a.m., the same SUV pulled away. Miles drove a sedan. His phone was already offline by then. Defense attorneys pounced. They tore apart the cell tower data. Not precise enough. They pointed at the unidentified SUV. Who was that? They hammered the Wi-Fi device. Explain that. Detectives. The prosecution needed one clean story. But now there were 2 shadows moving through the same night. At 2:14 a.m., Hannah's debit card was used at an ATM 12 minutes away. $800 withdrawn. The hooded figure on the footage kept their face perfectly angled away from every camera. Structured spending followed. Electronic stores, gift cards, small amounts, not panic, not desperation. Calm, methodical. If Miles acted alone, he would have had to slip inside unnoticed, disable his own phone, control Hannah without a fight, move her out of the building, drive 30 miles, place the trunk just so, then somehow drive back, use her card, all while an unknown device sat inside her apartment for 47 seconds and an SUV waited nearby. The math doesn't add up. During pre-trial, the defense challenged the warrant on the phone data. The judge suppressed huge portions of the digital mapping. Without it, the case against Miles crumbled like wet paper. No murder trial, no jury, no final verdict. The most serious charges were dropped. Miles walked out of custody on lesser financial counts and relocated out of state within weeks. The SUV was never traced. The Wi-Fi device still sits in the evidence file, a ghost in the machine. 47 seconds of pure unanswered dread. Her sister still says the same thing every time a reporter calls. I don't think it's him. So what really happened in that loft between 1958 and 209? Did Miles get there first, stage everything, and slip out just before the second play arrived? Or was there someone else, someone who knew the building, knew her routines, knew exactly when to strike watching Miles watch Hannah? Imagine the scene, midnight. Hannah's loft is quiet, except for the low hum of the refrigerator. She's in bed, maybe scrolling her phone one last time. The deadbolt is thrown. The wedge is under the door. She feels safe for the first time in weeks. Then the faint click of the router light changing color. A new device. 47 seconds is long enough to download footage from hidden cameras. Long enough to turn on her own laptop microphone. Long enough to send a single command that kills the phone and locks the smart lock from the inside. Long enough to make sure no one hears her leave. The danger in these modern cases is that we trust the data too much. Phone pings feel like handcuffs. Wi-Fi logs feel like fingerprints. But patterns can lie. Shadows can overlap. Two men can circle the same woman on the same night and never see each other. Hannah sensed something. She felt eyes on her for 2 full weeks. She told her sister, "I don't think it's him." She was right. The case is still open. No conviction, no arrest warrant for anyone else. Just fragments floating in the dark. A sedan sliding into the neighborhood at 1941. A phone dying at 1:58. An unknown device breathing inside her apartment at 2:09. An SUV vanishing at 2:11. An ATM withdrawal at 2:14. A trunk standing upright in the woods, like it was waiting for someone to find it. The timeline never lined up. It still doesn't. Every night at 2:09 a.m., somewhere in Riverton, a rotor in an empty loft still remembers that 47-second connection. And somewhere out there, the person who made it is still breathing. Sleep carefully, listeners, because sometimes the person watching isn't the one you think. Sometimes there are two. And sometimes the second one is better at hiding. I'm Rafe Quinn. This has been the Midnight Ledger.